This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast. Betsy.
Marcy.
We have something really cool we're doing today. I'm excited.
I'm so pumped because we've screamed about this, I think, since we started.
Yes.
Of like, we need to do what we're about to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a secret. So we're having
not at all.
a friend return who has been a guest previously on the podcast. Betsy and I have both utilized?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm being weird. We haven't had guests in so long. I forgot how to introduce people, but you guys have heard her before. Sutton Crawford. She's a tarot card reader. And today she's going to do something really cool with Betsy and I. She's going to do readings for us on the podcast.
Yes.
So I'm so excited. Sutton, welcome.
Well, hi. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, we're so pumped.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm so pumped.
We've always wanted to do this. We've wanted to have a reading, and we just never have figured out how to, I guess, bamboozle someone into doing it. And you volunteered willingly.
I totally did. I was like, hey, guys, can I come back and see you?
Oh, my God.
Yes, I'm so pumped.
So excited. So, Sutton, tell everyone what you do in case they didn't hear your last episode.
Sure. I'm a mom and I'm a witch and I live in New York City and I'm a professional tarot card reader. I do my sessions. Well, it's sort of safe now. So I do some of them in person.
Right.
Fully vaxxed, masked and all that stuff. And then I also do them via Zoom and I love it. It's like magic every single day. And usually it's 3 times a day, but I do have a young child. So I have to work within my husband's schedule and all of that stuff. But yeah, I read the cards, as they say.
Now,
And I gotta say, I've done it a couple of times and it rules.
Absolutely.
Like, you're so good. And like, I think a giant thing is that you are so warm and welcoming that it makes
it's
it
very comfortable.
Yes, it makes it very easy to be like, you know what, I am having issues with this. Like, you make it very comfortable, so it's not at all like, well, I don't want to talk about anything.
Yeah,
like, you rule. It's so
thank you. Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
Thank you for
no, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, stop.
This is 45 more minutes. Well, it's true because I feel like sometimes when I have worked with people who I get what would we call skilled in divination, right? That sometimes
that sounds good.
I know. I really pulled. I was like, I think I'm using the right word.
You did it.
But it can feel really intimidating. And also, I've had a fear since I was a young child of people being able to read my thoughts and then something terrible coming up, like in that moment, because I'm anxious about it. So like,
sure.
But not that but yeah, just to be like, what are they going to find when they're peeking around in there? So even with pulling the cards, that is not the feeling I ever have with you because you're a nice, normal, fun person.
I am trying to be a nice, normal, fun person. I mean, I really do see it as, I hesitate to say therapy, but I do really use tarot cards as a form of therapeutic conversation starting and
absolutely
having a conversation about what's going on with you and having a conversation about what's going on with you and the universe and how you fit into it. And it's never wrong. It blows my mind 3 times a day. I've never had somebody say, I'm sorry, that doesn't resonate for me, which is just, and I guess what's really beautiful to me is that I still feel magic in something that is I mean, obviously extremely magical, but like it never ceases to amaze me how spot on it always is.
That's so
Isn't
cool.
that awesome?
It's awesome.
Man, that's so cool.
And it makes you feel like there's something out there or whatever. I don't know.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. What were you going to say?
No. I was just going to say, I remember the first time I did a reading with you, which was like, I think the first time I ever did an actual, not just friends being like, here's a card, let me look up what that means, and I remember like telling you like, this is like, I've been talking about this shit in therapy a bunch, and it's in the,
Same.
It's in the cards,
Same.
man. It's so cool.
That is the
It's
same.
in the cards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the cards.
And now, how long have you, maybe you already did and I just didn't realize it. How long have you identified as a witch, or would be like, I'll put that on, I'm going to use the title?
I think my whole life, but I probably was in the broom closet, as they say, for, a while.
Yeah.
But if, it wasn't like in my Instagram bio until probably I'd say 3 years ago when I was like, okay, I'm just gonna say it. But I think a lot of people are. And I mean,
yeah,
Jesus was a witch.
Jesus was the ultimate witch.
I mean,
So,
well, I guess in those terms, like how does one? Yeah, if you were talking to someone who's never heard of a witch, except for like a Halloween style, how would you describe a witch? Too big of a question?
No,
Okay.
God, no. I think it's a person who bucks authority. I think it's a person who seeks balance. And I think it's a person who finds love in nature and divinity in synchronicities and uses their personal power to manifest. I hate that word sometimes, but manifest their reality, right?
Yeah.
There's a tarot card called the Magician. There's a reason that we're able to cast spells to make certain things happen. That's why I think a lot of people are witches, and it's just not, they don't put that word on it.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up the book that I've talked about it already on the podcast, called Toil and Trouble by Augustin Burroughs.
Mm-hmm.
And Augustin Burroughs wrote, Running with Scissors, which is, I think, one of the most popular recognizable books. But the book Toil and Trouble is about his family of witches, and that it is something that runs in the family, and he's a witch and his mother was a witch, and he has an uncle that is a witch that would never admit he was a witch, and
I love that.
And this is like a true, like, it's a true account of his life, and how it manifested for him, and just really cool to hear someone talk about it in just like how it works in your daily life, and if you give like attention to it, what can happen, or like what you can discover, and then if you're not, and what happens when people ignore it. They're just kind of
total. I mean, and like healers and midwives, right? Those are the two big things that I really kind of associate with a witch, and that's what it was originally. And then that's why they all got in trouble, right? They tried to remove midwives, pre-Christianity is like this. That's when they came in, and, people, it was generally women, right? Who had money or lost a husband or was attractive or was a midwife or a healer. And they were like, we can't control this. So we're going to burn you. We're going to turn everybody against you. And that's why there's this stigma to the word that is actually, I think, I feel like there's an insurgence of it. I feel like people are reclaiming the word. Yes, and I think that it's kind of,
absolutely,
it's awesome. It's awesome.
In a way
it's
that, like,
cool.
I feel like right now, a lot of people make a little eye rolly about people who say they're a witch, but I do think it is like, it's because so many people are realizing, like, it's not crazy to believe that that there's something that connects us, to the environment, to the world, to each other, like to everything, and that our brains are really powerful, and that we can do, that there's like magic. I don't know how to describe it, but it's
magic with a CK, man. And it's funny because I have a Instagram with a partner of mine named Laura, and it's called A Casual Coven. And we were like, let's be casual about it. Let's have a coven, but it'll be casual. And one of the spots we do is You Might Be a Witch. And I mean, for example, we blow out birthday candles. Super witchy. Everybody does it every single year. The sun returns to the same place that where you were born, and you light a candle and you make a wish and you blow it out. That is witchcraft. That's what you're doing, right? That's
Sorry, Christians.
Welcome.
Whoa, that is so, yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or like when you were a kid and you said, rubber glue sticks to you, whatever that stuff, that's a verbal spell. That's a protection magic. I'm saying that, like, you know what I mean? So there's these things that are totally ingrained in what we do. And yet you do get an eye roll if you say you're a witch. Also, it's sometimes appropriated and used and all the, spiritual bypassing and all that crazy stuff. But like, everybody is way more of a witch than I think they give themselves credit for.
Absolutely. Speaking of appropriation, it's something that we've talked about on the podcast a bunch. It's like, you tell me, because I feel like I'm just someone who's interested in these things, but I don't think we have to do the things that we appropriate. Like, I don't think we need to burn sage. I don't think we need to do those things, because I think you can find other ways to do everything you need to do. You don't have to have all the pieces that are coming from other cultures. You can just figure it out without those items. So like in that way that like we've talked a lot about Florida water on the podcast. We're like, look, you're not going to like use up any valuable resources by ordering some Florida water on Amazon. Would love you to get it somewhere else, but
yes, please buy it somewhere else.
Yes, but what I'm saying is it will continue to be made like making like mint water and stuff like that, where you can like truly just be like, you don't have to take from other cultures and dabble with things you don't actually know what their purpose is or what their history is, but you could just make up your own ritual with the intention.
God, yeah. Oh yeah. I have to say, I do love a Florida water. I love my Florida water.
I just learned what it was.
I just put it on my hands. Yeah.
Cool.
Wait, I poured it on a friend's car because they had a couple little like weird car, like other people hitting their car or something. And it was like a brand new car. And I was like, I just like poured Florida water all over the car. Just like, we got to protect this car. They got it fixed. So I don't know. Well, hopefully. It's the thing with cars.
I need an update on the car situation.
I gotta know about this car.
Totally.
We might need to keep doing it. I don't know, but
yeah,
I definitely am of the belief that magic doesn't need to be specific spells that we have to look up or whatever.
No, and that's the thing is that the only way that magic truly works is if you are connected to, love, compassion, and divinity, in the sense that like your will and what you want is only the smallest portion of what you're really doing, right? I can say I want this, or I petition to the universe to get $3,600 for whatever, you know what I mean? But like, it has to come from a place of connecting with, let's go there. I call it source, right?
Yeah.
You can call it God, you can call it the universe, you can call it whatever you want, right? But like, you have to connect with that divine part of yourself that connects to the divine thing that's out there, that's who knows what's going on. And that inherently is going to make your magic better, right? You can't just, you can, but it's like, that's quick magic that sometimes doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, but let's talk, briefly, sage. I love white sage, and I buy it primarily from indigenous people in California who grow it and sell it. I think they're called Whispering Winds.
Thanks for the shout out of them.
Whispering Winds.
I can look it up too. Just
yes, to make sure, I was going to look it up, but and then Palo Santo gets real bad. Like Palo Santo's really, you have to be really careful when you're buying that, and they sell it like everybody has it because they're like cutting down these native Brazilian trees. It is the shamans or the people who are using these things. And usually I think they would wait until the trees kind of fall over on their own and then they harvest it. But now they're like mowing through all these trees. And it's just like,
whoa.
Yeah, it's a bummer. And so
and they're selling it. Go ahead.
Yes, I was just about to say the exact same thing. They're like selling it at like, like Spirit Halloween stores for like.
Really?
And like hair salons.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're like, oh, we use organic products and here's some fucking sage in a bundle that you're like, what do you guys know about that?
Nothing. And I honestly, I am not indigenous. Obviously, I am not these things. And so that's why I try to be very specific about where I'm purchasing these things and making sure that the intention that it's being used, like if you're invited by said person to use that goddess or use that tool, then you can live comfortably in buying it that way. I think.
That's such a good point though, to be like, if you are, it's not appropriation if it is appreciation because you're going to, the source of it. Yeah, the source of it. Yeah. Exactly. And you're correct. It is called whisperingwindsshop.com.
They're amazing.
Yeah. And they are a Native American BIPOC shop created with love of a hobby. So that sounds really, I like that a lot, especially just becoming more aware of how much we're like, I don't know, just like you said with the Palo Santo, like just like running through stuff because it's popular right now.
Yeah.
And it's
no, go.
It's not that we can't be a part of these things, but to be very mindful, to be like, you can't just dip into a culture. Like you don't know about it. It would be like someone just being like, oh, I'm Catholic. How much work you have to do to become Catholic or like to join like the Jewish, to like, to become Jewish or whatever. Like you have to go through classes and like so much work. And it's like, we don't just like pop it. We don't just let people have the Eucharist when they walk in our church. I'm saying that as if I'm a practicing Catholic. I'm not, but you know what I mean? So it's just like, you don't just like hop on in something without a lot of study,
Yeah. And it's like goes against, I mean, if nature is so important to witches and Wicca and witchcraft and paganism, then here we are just like taking it all down. And it's just
destroying the planet.
I mean, it's just, that's happening. The squall. No, it's touchy and it's interesting but I think it's really empowering. I think it's really empowering to see all these people saying I'm a witch. I think it's kind of amazing. I think it's amazing.
And
it's cool.
Now I've always thought about tarot card reading as it's not always seen exactly as like a psychic ability for the person who's doing it, right? Like, so I think like plenty of people do their, like, the amateur tarot card readers, like Betsy was saying earlier, like her friends or, our friends who pull cards. And I wouldn't say that every person who picks up a tarot deck is a psychic, but how would you like classify the art of tarot?
God, I mean, I think that, like you said, it's a divination tool, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I think what you're doing is you're communicating with the divine thing that puts the cards in the right position so that the person who's sitting across from you is like, you're reading my mind, or right. That's what I just talked about in therapy. There's something quite magical about the fact that it's so appropriate and spot on. And I don't even know exactly. And that's so amazing to me. And different people do it different ways. Mm-hmm. There's some people follow spreads very specifically, the Celtic cross and things like that. And what I've come to realize about the way that I do it is it's a little different. Like it starts similarly to everybody else's. Mine's past, present, future, mind, body, spirit. I got that specifically from a reader named Bakara Whitner. And then I fill in the story. So I pull as many cards as I feel is appropriate. And we have an open dialogue about what's going on with you right now. And I swear my favorite ones are the ones where people say, I just want to see what comes up. Like some people will be like, oh, I'm not sure if I should leave my job, or I want to move into a new apartment, or I'm feeling stuck, or I'm feeling there's a bunch of change. But then my favorite is when people say, I just want to see what comes up.
That's really cool.
Because I have no information.
Yeah.
But did I answer the question? Not really.
I think so. I mean, like, so specifically what you do, because we could all buy a deck of tarot cards and we could all pull a card, look up its meaning, and then, read it out loud. Mm-hmm. But you're an interpreter, sort of, right?
Yeah, I guess it feels like I personally believe that the reason that it works the way that it does is because it pulls out, I don't know how, what that person sitting across from me wants to talk about.
Yeah.
Right. Which is why you can't, like, if somebody says, I want what's going on with this person, you're like, I can't read for that person. They're not sitting here. Right. I can read for you. Right. Oh God, that's so against the rules, right? Whoa. No magic for somebody who hasn't, even healing spells I won't do. Like the other day, my kid wasn't feeling well, my 2.5-year-old. And I turned to him and I said, can mommy do some magic for you to make you feel better? And he said, nope. I was like, okay. And then I was like, but I can't just like carve a candle. And he was like, nope. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to do it. Right. I'm not going to do it.
Right.
Yeah. But that's why that idea of like, they're reading my mind. You're only reading what you want. What you want to see and and there are times when somebody wants clarity on something that I cannot give them because what's going on in their environment and in their mind is so clouded with lack of judgment or not trusting their instincts that the cards, they're very clear, but it's like, there isn't an answer here. You
let it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, you're not connecting the dots of something. And that's why the cards are like, well, just, cut the blindfold off and make a decision. And it's like, yeah, I know, but about what? And it's like, well, you have to know.
We've talked about that before when people sort of test psychics. And they're like, I don't know, you're the psychic. And it's like, would you go to a doctor and be like, figure out what's wrong? It's like, you would have to say like, or even, for anything to be like, I don't know, what do you think? It's like, okay, well, maybe we can figure some stuff out, but it would probably be better if you were engaged and working with me.
Yeah, you came to me.
Yeah. I mean, luckily that I don't think I've ever had. Sometimes gift card people, like if somebody buys a gift card for somebody, they can be a little bit like, what is this all about? But generally, everybody's extremely receptive and very ready to talk. But that's why I like I just want to see what comes up, because through the course of an hour, we have now unpacked and discussed something so specific that I knew nothing about before about them. And that's so magical to me. And and there's times there's 2 times, right, where I felt like, because when I was on with you guys last time, we talked about the voice that I heard when I was doing spell work with my 2 friends saying, come and see. Right. And we said no. Yeah. And Mercy, you were like, you're a medium. And I was like, I'm not, don't say that. And there has been.
I'm always outing people. It's a bad habit.
Yeah, you are. You're forcing people.
Bad habit.
I think it's good. You just see it. But there's been 2 times since I talked to you guys the last time where that I think it's channeling, right? I think I channeled somebody who passed away, and it was unreal. It was the craziest thing that I've ever experienced in my life.
Like what does that feel like?
Yeah, well, tell us, all about it.
The first time was a client. Obviously, there are no details, right? But everything is confidential. But someone in their life had passed away very suddenly, and they were very concerned that the person was hurting, right?
Yeah.
On the other side, or whatever happens. Who knows what happens, right?
Yeah.
And very concerned about them being okay. And I kid you not, I pull temperance, right? And I almost knew that I was going to pull it, and I pulled it. That happens all the time now too, is I know the next card I know what's going to be there. Right.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
And I always chuckle and point to the sky, and people probably think I'm insane. So whatever, I don't care. So I pull temperance, which is not just about divine protection. It's a lot about balance and all of these things, but specifically the first thing I think of is divine protection. And then I go into the temperancing of things and balancing these different whatever. But when this person is talking about somebody who passed, and then I pull temperance after them saying, I just want to make sure that they're okay. And I pulled temperance, my mind went blank. I couldn't talk to them. I could not think. I could not move. And I got super cold. And I heard,
wow,
don't say anything to them that is going to hurt them. I heard. And that the energy, I have chills. The energy was very not sure what I was doing there. Like, what are you? Who are you? It was not. It was very.
Oh my God.
Intense. And I had this moment, and then I like snapped back to reality. I don't know how long I sat there like quiet, and it felt weird because I was like, this person doesn't want me interfering in a way that I don't know.
Right.
That's all they kind of said. And then I said to the person, I said, do you trust me? And they were like, of course. And I was just like, they're okay. They're okay. Did I go into the fact that this person was like, get out of my business?
Yeah.
Get out of my business, which no, not exactly. But
I mean,
yeah.
It makes sense that on the other side, if they weren't into it in life, they would still not be into it.
Well, and I had no intention of trying to do it necessarily. Right. And so it was like the two of us like bumped into each other in a dark hallway. Like, we were like, what the fuck? What are you doing here?
Wow.
Yeah.
So, while you were talking, I just had the thought, like when they asked if people are hurting on the other side, and I was like, I just thought this, and I don't know if it's whatever. I just thought it, which is pain exists in the body to let you know that something's wrong. Mm-hmm. And even emotions, I think, are a signal so that here in this body, we can understand things. So I don't think they happen the same way after you're no longer in your body, especially pain, like physical pain. Like it just doesn't, it's like physical pain isn't real. It's a
human condition, isn't it? It's like I can see why, especially when somebody goes very suddenly and very shockingly, why not that I have to like defend it, but like, but I hear what you're saying. I
just wouldn't want people to worry about it. But, I also think that you can still have sadness or whatever, but I think that it's not exactly the same as we feel it.
No, I agree with that.
I don't know. What do I know?
We're not dead people.
I'm not a dead person, doctor. I'm not a dead doctor.
Dead doctor. The second time was much nicer. I mean, not that the first time wasn't nice.
Well, sounds like they weren't cool. You wouldn't go to coffee with them.
No, probably not. No, they're just like, don't mess with her. Like, don't do that.
Very protective.
And don't say anything. Very protective. That's the word. Super protective. And super, like, it wasn't standoffish. It was like, who are you? Who are you?
Yeah, probably like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Why are you with my friend or whoever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do anything weird.
Yeah. Don't say something weird.
Very suspicious.
Suspicious. That was the word. Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
But then the second time, which was very recently, actually, the person did say to me, it was the person who's past's birthday, the day we were doing the reading.
Whoa.
And they mentioned that. And we're doing it. We're reading the cards. I'm reading the cards. And I heard it was about believing in them. Like I was talking about believing in their capabilities to do whatever they are doing. Right. It was a career stuff, and loud and clear. I heard, and I'm going to butcher it because I don't remember exactly what the words were, but it was, when are you going to stop doubting yourself? Or when are you going to not stop? Like, it was like, when are you going to believe that you can do it? It was like that. When are you going to believe you can do it? And I stopped and I went, okay, this feels very similar to the last time that this happened. Right. But it had never really happened that way before. And I said to them, I said, I just heard this. I need to tell you. And they said, yeah. And I said it. And they said, that's what they used to say to me. And then I said, and then I heard this jubilant person waving their arms, screaming, please tell her it's me. Please tell her it's me.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh God. And I said to her, I was like, she wants you to know it's her. She wants you to know it's her. And wow. It was crazy. Please tell me. Please tell her. She kept saying, like, please tell her it's me.
That's incredible.
And I was like,
Sutton. Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Whoa.
It also feels like the times that you've had these experiences, like they sort of are picking up on that they need to guide you.
Yes.
Like,
because I don't go into it trying to. Right.
You're not setting the ground rules for them. So they're like
say it.
You saw me. You're getting this. So
yes.
Yeah.
Totally. And I hear other things. I hear phrases and I hear, I should say this, right? Like it'll be a moment where I'm like, I should say it just like this, but it's not usually like clearly somebody else or that was. But I'll say things that people are like, God, I was just saying that to myself. And I'm like, I don't know why I said it, but it's.
Yeah. Whoa.
I just thought I should say it that way.
Oh, has that been your whole life? Like the idea of like just thinking stuff and then like, or has it been kind of the more and more you do readings and stuff?
I think that. Here's what I think about that, because I think that our intuition is something that is really powerful. Yeah. And I'm not sure I am experienced enough or know enough about when it's me and when it's something else sometimes. Right. And I'm still trying to pick through that, right? I have my whole lifetime to try and figure out when is it me and when is it. But I think I've always been intuitive, extremely intuitive. But I don't think it was until I was consistently reading cards for people that it became something that I would walk up to somebody and say, this is something that you need to have information about or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you know, those people in like grocery stores that are like, I just want you to know your grandma's here. You know?
Yes. Yeah.
That happened to my friend. It was so funny. We like for her 50th, we went on a trip and she went on like a dinner cruise that not all of us went on, but she had really been wanting to have this connection with a loved one who had passed, an older relative who had passed years ago. And she like went to a location where they were, but she was like, I couldn't get there. And I was really sad because I was really hoping to see her. And I was like, you really thought you were going to get here and see her. Okay. But so that didn't happen. They were very disappointed. And then on this cruise, someone came up and was like, hi, I don't normally do this, but someone's telling me to do this. And it was other relatives popping in to like tell her something. And she's like, I know this is really weird. And I'm on vacation. I didn't want to do this. And like, but so that kind of like, excuse me, do you have, I would like some bologna and also, but it like, she was like, and she was ecstatic. Like, like truly, I was like, oh, this is going to change your life. And it lasted a couple weeks, but even still, like, it was so really cool to like for her to like share the experience and be like, it was crazy the things like that someone just like was like, knock, knock, hello. But
yeah. But and I guess like the my disclaimer is that it's not what I do, right?
Yeah,
right.
Even though I did it, it's like because I've had other people come to me and they're like, I would love to see if my grandma or something like that, and I don't hear the same things.
Yeah.
but these people were loud and clear. This person was loud, and please tell her it's me. And I was like, and there is this moment where I'm like, am I going to say this? I'm just a tarot card reader. I'm not a medium. I don't say that I'm a psychic intuitive. Well, but that's kind of what it is. But like, I don't say that I'm that thing.
In 3 more years, it'll be in your Instagram bio. So just get it ready.
All started with you. Exactly. It all started with you outing me, Marcy.
Look,
this happens all the time with Marcy.
I'm intuitive in the way that like I process a lot of little information, and so I just pick up on things, and I don't think it's me being a psychic. It's just me being like, I noticed this, like, I don't know, just like patterns and behaviors and like little things. You're like, I see this. But basically, I was just like, you're telling me this. I didn't come up with it. You were telling me about spirit. So I was just like, hey, I got a wild theory here.
Well, you must have unlocked something, because now it's happening way more.
Well, you just acknowledged it, and then you were like, huh, could I? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hell yeah, you could.
Well, and frankly, the last conversation we had was about my kind of fear towards not the spirit world, but like ghosts in particular, that I kind of have always been, I don't want to see you. But I guess I don't mind talking to you. Yeah. Is a little different than I don't want to see you. Right. That's it's an invitation. It's an invitation. And it made me, I was recently had someone come into my DMs and ask me how they could get their grandma to haunt their house, by the way. And I gave them all my knowledge and information about how I thought what they could do. And
oh my God,
it's just funny.
That's so funny.
So funny.
It's kind of sweet.
What was your number one like recommendation to get your grandma?
It was kind of too, and the person is doing construction to make sure that kind of happens. By the way, they're like adding things into the walls, I think.
They're setting up a like bait.
Yeah, exactly. And I said my 2 were like, create an altar specifically while you're doing the construction, picture of the person, favorite flower, favorite food, maybe a personal object, and then intentionally ask them to hang out. And then I also said, and then invitation becomes such a big thing, right? And so I said, go ahead and say, I'd really like to interact with you. And you could do it these ways, right? Like a penny or a certain bird or feathers or right. And so like when I see those things, that's you saying hello.
Right.
Yeah. That's
like leaving dimes places or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Let me some money.
I mean,
some Werther's originals just walked around the house.
I definitely did that once when I think, Betsy, I told you that right after my birthday, when I had like as a little, not party gift, party favor, I had a medium come and like do readings, and she asked like, do you want to do intuitive or do you want to do like, past, like people who passed over? And I was like, oh, I could talk to them anytime. And she was like, be careful. I was like, I said they could talk to me anytime they want. I want to do intuitive. And she was like, be careful. And then that night I smelled both my grandmother and my aunt, and I just kept feeling them in the house. And I said, hey, I love you, and I'm so happy you're here. I would like to not see you, and if you would like to communicate, you could do it through dreams, but I think I'd be too scared otherwise. I just said it out loud.
Yeah, that's a thing.
And then my mom got haunted.
Oh God!
My mom a week later, mom was like, something weird happened, and I was like, oh, it's my fault.
You passed him over.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to do this. And they're like, well, let's see what your mom's up to.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
We're here in this realm, so we got to see somebody.
Now you got me all horned up for seeing people. But I think that goes back to what we were saying earlier about like, witchcraft or whatever. It's like, you don't have to do a whole lot other than like have your intentions, set some boundaries, do something that will remind you of it. Like, and like, or remind them that this is like, it's an invitation, leaving their food out and stuff. It's like, it's magic, but also like you could do it in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it always brings me back to the tarot card, the magician, because there's such a very distinct thing that comes up for me with that card because it is about like creating your reality, right? Mm-hmm. But the reason that the magician is often pictured pointing to the sky or holding a candle to the sky and then pointing down to the ground is because there's two things that happen in magic, which is as above, so below. If I petition to the universe for what I want and ask for it and whatever, and then act in accord to get it, I'm probably going to get it, right? But the acting in accord part becomes super important, right? Some people are wishing and wishing and wishing and hoping and hoping and hoping, and then they don't take the actual steps to get the thing, or vice versa, right?
Right.
People talk about that in like even religion, like prayer without action and stuff. Like I think that's how, that you can't just be like, hope it happens.
Yeah.
There are steps that need to be taken.
Yeah.
Is this a great time to segue into us doing a reading?
Yes.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I'm so pumped.
Who wants to go first?
Betsy, go.
I'll go.
Okay. I mean, do you want to talk about anything? I'm just going to pull 3 cards for each of you. Sorry if my card shuffling is super loud.
It's like ASMR. I think everyone's going to love it.
It sounds cool.
My husband's always like, you talk, and then it's like, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Is there anything you want to talk about?
No, I'm down to see whatever happens.
Okay. I love it. Okay, talk amongst yourselves while I listen to these bad boys about when they're ready.
Oh, I was thinking we have a friend who likes to pull tarot cards, but her mom warned her, because she was like, you keep doing psychic spying. You keep asking the cards about other people, and that's psychic spying. And she had like such a funny relationship with her cards, where she was like, my cards sometimes get mad at me. She's like, they get really sassy and they start being sarcastic and like, or being, and like she was playing with them. I was like, oh yeah, like they're getting, like you could tell the cards were being very like saucy with her, to be like, we already told you this. How many times do you want to? And it kept pulling the same cards over and over. She's like, no, they're annoyed by me.
They get sassy.
Whoa.
Mine particularly get sassy when I'm shuffling, and they'll be like, I'm done now. And you're like, oh my God, sorry. Okay. Or they're like shuffling. I'm not done. Now I'm done. And you're like, it's like a banana going ripe. Like, what are you talking about? Like, stop. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Betsy, we've got double aces here. So, when we talk about, I mean, very briefly for everybody, like you've got 78 cards, 2 categories: major arcana, minor arcana. Minor arcana goes ace to 10, 4 different suits. You've got 1 major arcana, which I like to refer to as like the big sweeping themes of the story of your life. And you've got 2 aces. So we've got 2 beginnings here for you. And I think I want to talk about your major arcana card first, which is, and I'm going to show you because you can see it, but it's
beautiful.
It's a beautiful card.
Northern Lights.
It's winter.
It is Northern Lights, and it is winter. This is the World card. It's also in this deck called the Universe. It's the end of the major arcana, and it's really deeply about balance, which I know that you and I have talked about before. It's about success, and it's about kind of the end of a cycle, which we know when it ends, you're just going to start all over again, right? We're going to always try to be the best version of ourselves. We're going to start the thing. We're going to do the thing. But it's a deeply enlightened card in the sense that it's about understanding that you are this constantly moving and frozen static thing that is divine feminine, divine masculine balanced, and your ego and your subconscious are balanced, and you've kind of reached this kind of pinnacle of feeling as balanced as you possibly can be. And it's kind of a stopping moment. It's a moment where it's like the universe, or what I call source, is saying, can you please acknowledge how good you're doing, basically? Like,
oh my God.
Give yourself a pat on the shoulder, like, because it's going to start over again. We're always going to try and become more enlightened or happier or more balanced, right? So say, I'm doing it. Like, be like, yay, I'm doing it. Okay. But what's interesting is that off of that, then you've got the Ace of Cups and you've got the Ace of Wands. So for you, it'd be me saying, I really want you to kind of take a look at how much progress you've made in your life up to this point in all these things, and how balanced you may feel or how good you're doing in general. And then when you're ready, let's take the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Cups is self-care and self-love. And I always say, not in the bullshit white lady California way where it's like, I get a pedicure and it's self-care. No, it's like, I'm talking doing things every single day that says, I love you. Right. I love you, Betsy. Right. I love myself enough that I got that toe checked out. I went to the doctor. I don't know. I'm trying to come up, things like I'm seeing my therapist. I'm getting my car checked out. These things that say to your cells and your body, I love you. Right. So re-upping your self-care and self-love game.
Okay.
And I want to know exactly. And then we've got the Ace of Wands, and wands are about action, right? It's the thing that propels us forward to make, do, be, change, create, right? It doesn't matter really what it represents, but then you've got this spark of inspiration maybe it's a project, maybe it doesn't matter what it is, but there's this spark of something new. And it's such a beautiful invitation for you to kind of follow the fire and temperance that with self-love is basically what the cards are saying.
Cool.
I want to know what you think about that.
That's because truly my last therapy session, my therapist was like, you are doing so good. Sit in it. Because I've been in the last couple of months really feeling good and content about career stuff, life stuff. I've been like, there's with my family, like we always talk about how it's where like my parents are and stuff. It's a new chapter of my life that I have to get used to. And I've like really been working on like getting used to this new chapter of it and stuff. But I have been feeling really like just good. You should sit in that. And balanced and stuff. And that's what my therapist says. She's like, okay, now embrace this, sit in it, feel it. You're doing it.
Yeah.
And it feels good.
And then at some point you're going to, you will only understand what your new version of self-love and self-care and new inspiration will feel like if you've congratulated yourself for the successes that you have in the work that you're doing now, right?
Yeah.
That becomes a huge theme with people all the time. I'm constantly like, if you can't, and the tarot has these benchmarks built into them. If you cannot celebrate yourself, if you can't stop, if you can't acknowledge what is happening, then you're constantly trying to fill the big empty and you're never going to figure out how to do it.
Yes. And I feel like I've been, in the last couple of months, not needing to fill the big empty, which feels nuts because usually I'm constantly like, what else? But like recently being very just like, no, everything's good. Like everything's cool. Everything is not cool with some stuff. But for me, like I feel, even though shit's going down, I feel cool.
Well, and that's why I gotta say, that's why the World card is an enlightened card, because it does take into account that shit's not always great, and that the alchemization of the easy and difficult, the painful and the beautiful, that's what balances us. It's not sunshine and fucking rainbows all the time, and that's how I'm happy and enlightened. No, it's that I understand. That's why I'm constantly in motion. That's why I'm static. That's why I'm balanced. It's because you got to have both. You got to have both, and the understanding of that and being okay with that. And then sitting in the joy of success when you have it. Right.
Yes. Yeah. And that's been a big thing for years through therapy and stuff of like, hey, sit in this, slow down, take this moment in, rather than worrying about what's the next thing.
Yeah.
And it feels good.
I feel
It
like
should.
it's really hard in our industry too, because you never just get one job and then you're done.
Right.
No.
There is this
Right.
uncertainty that we all sort of sit and to be like, well, what happens now? Well, then
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, and it's such a great kind of indication that like you're going to have this newfound inspiration and this newfound sense of self-love for yourself. But like for now, be here in the world card for however long that feels appropriate.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. Like with this, the whole like feeling good, like that has come with like me feeling good about taking care of myself and doing what I want to do, which I feel has just been a recent thing for not stress. I was losing a lot of sleep worrying about what other people thought or were doing, and it's been recently me just being like, it's fine, everything's fine. Everything's fine. And I've been more and more like, oh, I'm gonna, like this week I'm gonna go skiing a bunch because I want to, and I'm going to say no to stuff because I want to go skiing. Like,
It's okay.
yeah, and it's totally okay.
Yep. It's totally okay.
And it feels awesome.
Yeah. Good. Oh, I love that.
That's pretty good.
Yay. Yay.
That's very good.
Oh, that makes me happy. Okay, I'm going back into ASMR land.
Yes.
For you,
Okay.
Marcy. Is there anything you want to talk about?
I say let's see what the cards have to say.
Okay, that's my favorite. Okay, again, no. They were like, see, sassy. They were like, we're done.
Whoa.
And okay, so this deck is a very funny deck because my husband gave it to me for Christmas, and I am very kind of superstitious when it comes to cleansing new decks and not using them before they've been kind of imprinted on and all these things. And I stupidly pulled from them before I did any of that stuff because we were on vacation, and they were so mean to me, these cards. So sorry, you're getting the mean cards, but let's see what's going on.
That's fitting, I think. How do you pick the cards, by the way?
How do you
pick the deck?
Why'd
you pick the mean deck for me?
I don't know. It just said it was the one it wanted to. It told me.
Give me Marcy.
Yeah, it told me. And then I thought you meant like, how do I pick decks? I mean, and for anybody who's interested in buying a tarot deck, you have to connect with what the pictures look like,
Cool.
You have to, and it has to mean something to you. And yeah, it has to mean something to you. Okay, let's do this, Marcy.
What do
Yeah,
you say to
Marcy.
me?
Well, you two also have 2 minor and 1 major.
Whoa.
Yours, on the other hand, your minor cards are both cup cards. So cup cards are about intuition, creativity, and love, right? Love and relationships. We've got 2 very specific cards. And then, God, where do I even start? Let's talk about.
Put me on blast.
No, I don't want to
let
put
her
you on
have
blast.
it.
Okay, so what we have here is we've got the 2 of cups and the 3 of cups. Now, let's talk about this because archaically, the 2 of cups represents, if you boil it down, right, it's the celebration of love. So archaically, it would have been something like marriages or engagements or babies, right? But we know more than that. It can often be about, right, letting the love of the people around you kind of rain down on you and celebrating with other people, a team sometimes of people, love and celebrating that. But then we also have the 2 of cups, which is about falling in love. And I often say to people, I'm like, it's silly to think that it's always about somebody else, right? And I feel like the 2 of cups is very often about falling in love with yourself, falling in love with your life, falling in love with your job, falling in love with an environment, or falling in love with another person. But we've got these 2 double cards about love. But then the kicker is we've got the devil So let's talk about the devil, right? I mean, the devil is, it's all the toxic things that we kind of choose to do to distract, right? If we, I always say that they're literal things, but the devil kind of represents this person sitting in at the mouth of the cave saying, come in, my child, I'll take away the hurt. You won't feel, you won't think, right? And the tools that the devil is offering you is things like drinking or toxic relationships or negative self-speak or drugs or gambling or whatever it may be, right? And then what the devil's saying is like, you're going to be in this cave and you're never going to see the light of day again. You're never going to be the best version of yourself. You're never going to evolve. You're never going to be enlightened, right? You get to stay here with me. And isn't that sexy and comfortable? And all of us sometimes go, yeah, that feels good, devil. I like that. Please take it all away, right? But there's this kind of dance you have to do with the devil where you say, I'm not choosing toxic relationships anymore. That's not okay for me. I'm not choosing to have 7 glasses of wine tonight. I'm having 2, right? That's for me. And there's this kind of very clear message these mean cards are having about love and choosing love and putting yourself out there for love. And talk to me before I keep going. I need some more information.
Okay. This is all not like I don't have any romantic things bubbling up yet, but it has been on my mind the idea that I could put myself out there. But even more specifically, like I've been more social in the past few weeks of getting out and just being around people at all and like going to dinner or, just going, just being out in the world. And I literally said, I was like, I'm glad I'm doing this. I was saying it this morning to a friend that I saw and I was like, it's so easy for me to stay inside because it feels really comfortable and I like it. I like being alone and I like being inside. But just being out here and talking and seeing talking to people and seeing them, I'm reminded I need this. Like I actually, and if I don't do it, I'll forget that I like it.
Right. The devil.
Yeah. And it's funny because I that is a really good devil, actually, that I'd never really thought about is kind of withdrawing from the people around you, because the devil offers us things that feel comfortable, right? But it keeps us stuck and it keeps us here tied to them, the devil, right? And what you would potentially be doing is cutting off the opportunity to A, fall in love, or B, whatever it may be, because it's like, no, I'll just stay here. And deep down, like, let's put it on blast for a second. Like deep down, it could be something you say about yourself that's negative that keeps you sometimes from wanting to go out or like, whatever it may be. And the devil feeds off of that.
The devil's devil thing, dude.
Oh yeah. The devil's like, keep saying shitty things about yourself. You're right. Like, right. That's just your shadow, right? That's just your shadow.
Yes, stupid shadow.
Yeah. Fuck off, man. But I love you. I know.
Much.
No, you have to love them. They're trying to protect you.
They bum me out.
I tell you what, it served me well in this pandemic to have that side that isolates. Because it's made me not feel desperately sad because I'm like, you like this, but now it's time to stop using that.
Right.
And it's funny because isolation is a major arcana card, not exactly that, but the hermit, right? And if you're using the hermit properly, it's about self-reflection, that you're withdrawing from people and society to kind of go on this internal journey where you look at your bullshit and you get better and you're your own guide. But it's funny because then that can get unhealthy too, right? You can't be withdrawn from people all the time. And so the cards are just saying like, there's so much love out there for you. There's so much opportunity to be celebrated through love, have people around you that love you. And then in turn, you'll fall more in love with your life because you're out and about and being in these celebrations of love. Because the three of cups really does for me represent like a group of people, a girl gang, and so by indulging and letting those people love you, you will not only fall more in love with yourself, you'll fall more in love with life and potentially fall in love with somebody else.
Yeah, I like that.
Wow, I like that.
And it's not about love, but even like I was talking about in therapy, that I've been kind of frustrated with my stagnation and in my career, and kind of being like, I feel like things should be moving and they're not moving. And I just really feel like I did some work, so maybe other people should do some work. We should all be working. Like I want to like work with people, and I'm excited about that, but it's not happening. I don't know why, other than like sometimes it's impossible to, on your own, you feel like you're like adrift at sea sometimes, as a creative. Yeah. And then the past week, just leaving the house a few times, I was like, I had three people either invite me to things that would be career stuff or ask me to send them things, like
great
in a week's time, after just being like, I don't know what I'm going to do for months.
Mm-hmm. And you cannot forget the fact that cups aren't just about love. It's about creativity and intuition, right? So and that's what fosters creativity, I think, is love. And because we wouldn't do it if we didn't love it.
And truly, like all the work that I actually want to do is about collaborating with other people. Like I am a writer that I write things, but I write things because I want to make them with people, and I want to like be on a set and working with people and having that some of my best feelings have been like at the end of a long shoot day where I was like, that was really cool. We got to connect in so many different ways with so many different people about a thing that we, feel passionate about. Like, so like that is, I think a big part of it is me being able to connect with people.
Yeah. I mean,
I forgot about people.
I know. We kind of all had to forget about people for a second there.
Well, yeah, people.
Yeah, it's nice.
Wow.
Well, that's your guys' readings.
They're really cool.
Like, I'm still blown away.
Hooray.
I'm still because it is like, it's spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on.
It truly, especially for me to be like, oh yeah, the devil in the cave. My house is the cave.
Yeah. Sometimes, and guys, the tools the devil offers you feel good. It's certainly sexy, but can't live with the devil. You got to dance with him every once in a while, and then
right.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, no, that's too much.
No, sir. Not me.
No, sir. Not today, Satan.
What's that girl's name? Candace Cameron. She wore a Not Today Satan shirt, and Bianca Del Rio got really mad because she's like kind of homophobic. and Bianca Del Rio's like, that's my thing. That's my shirt. You cannot.
I didn't. I wasn't putting it together. Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
I know. I just screamed a bunch of weird names at everybody. Just be like, remember this small thing that happened years ago?
But I definitely remember Bianca Del Rio better than I remember Candace Cameron.
Same.
So there you go.
Sorry about it.
Sorry about it. Not sorry.
Oh, this is so fun. Thank you so much for doing this.
This was awesome.
Thank you for letting me invite myself back onto your podcast.
No, we needed this. And tell everyone where to find you and to get a cool reading this way.
Okay. You can visit my website, suttoncrawford.com. You can see pricing and reviews and cute pictures of me, or you can follow me on Instagram at Sutton Crawford. I'm also part of a casual coven, but I'm a super casual. You can either drop into my DMs and say, hey, I'd like to schedule a reading, or you can go to my website and there's, the little email me thing, and you can send me an email.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It truly rules. Everybody listening, it really does.
Is everyone so excited about all the falling in love I'm about to do?
Marcy, you're going to fall in love with so many things, including yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, I love that.
Even more.
Oh, thanks, guys.
This is amazing. Thank you, Sutton.
This is so rad.
Yay.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy. And don't shit your pants.
That was a HeadGum podcast.